Good morning. Thank you very much. You may sit down again. Thank you. Awesome. A round of applause for you guys. Cool. We made it. We are in the year 2021 now, and the coolest thing that I can tell you about the future is that computers are invisible. We don't see them anymore. They just surround us like a digital aura, like a fog, that's there. We don't have these black or white boxes anymore. They're just part in our lives, of our lives. So they're not really there as much as we see. And one day you will open up your eyes in the morning, your system starts to boot, you get your personal greeting, good morning, Mr. Kane. It's still a little bit blur. The party was a little bit rough last night, but you just saved the dream you just had, maybe for the afternoon nap. It's still a little bit blurry, too much alcohol, the pub was too hard, but now we get clear vision back. Now it's 7:11 a.m., time to wake up, time to get up. All the information is straight into your eyes, into your field of view. You look outside the window, you get the weather information. It's going to be a sunny 28 degrees day. You can make the world how you want it to be just by touching it, just by changing the interaction, everything. And here, this is actually the coolest object recognition. Every object that you take in your hand gets recognized straight away. That's awesome. A calorie counter, everything that you put into your body gets counted automatically. Breakfast looks horrible, I have to admit, but we got to work on that. But then again, everything is touch-enabled, multi-transactive, so you just purchase more, you click more, you go crazy, you go outside, navigation system like in the new BMWs as well, in the windshield, straight there. Here again, you can change the world how you like it. Now my favorite application is now people recognition. So face recognition is how's their mood today, or like what are they twittering, or what do they want from me. All information appears directly up there, how they're feeling. And then obviously marketing is going to be totally personalized, individualized, and all the eyes and all the that you can think of. And I usually ask the question, do you think this is like total fiction, or do you think there's also some science in there? What do you think? Somebody? Science? Somebody said science here? Who said that? That's good. Who said that? Because when somebody says something, there's a reward, a trend book for you. So a round of applause for somebody. Who was it? Somebody? You said, yeah, here we go. Your trend book, here we go. Thank you. Exactly. There's a lot of science in there. And we will see during this short, 25 more minutes, that it's really, that we are going towards this way. And we're going to start with the University of Washington. What they're working on is the active contact lens. So they want to put the computer monitor on your eye, right, with this. So we have a look at this contact right here. You also have like here all the pixels that are there already. You have like 4 little solar connectors, and a little data transmission is already on the little contact lens, And we're going to see the team that is behind this innovation.
Entire internet available at the blink of an eye, with a computer monitor on your contact lens.
So that's what their game is.
It's already more science than fiction.
So it's already more science than fiction, and that is the young team.
A research team
working on
it on creating a real bionic eye. The challenge,
they want to create the real bionic eye. Now look at the first version. There was only 1 pixel. Now you saw in the picture, which was taken like 2 years later, how it already evolves, how it's going on. So you can anticipate in 10 years from now how this will be possible. But now the coolest thing is, once we all have our contact lens in our eyes, we're just going to walk around, face detection. Then we're going to get all the information from the social networks just right onto our eyes. Hey Nicole, how are you doing? I saw your pictures.
Oh, Alana, hey.
Hey, Alana, for somebody like me, I'm horrible with remembering names, but it's just going to be cool. I'm just going to have like your names here, all your Facebook information right in front of my view.
I'm going to check out that latest episode. That's really
nice. So it's going to be really cool. It also works with guys, where they've been. So all information gets automatically retrieved and put into the front of my eyes. So that's going to be the cool vision of the future. And now the question actually, do you think this face detection, like associating your face with your social network, do you think that's possible, or is that totally fiction? Possible? Okay. Who said that? Who was that? Okay. But I'll give the book to the lady, but you can come back later. So here, exactly. Sorry. after all. No, actually, yes, it's already possible because TAT, a company from Sweden, the Astonishing Tribe, that's exactly what they're doing. Facial recognition, they call this augmented ID. It's a software from Polar Rose, which got bought by Apple, and TAT just got acquired by BlackBerry, so we're going to see what's going to come out of that. But this one product they made, the augmented ID, we're going to see here. So at 8:15, that's when the creative directors in Sweden wake up. So the party was a little bit rough, but Dan has to go to work. So he has his mobile phone associated with, like, yesterday he was like clubbing like it's 1999 on Twitter, his YouTube party channel, taking the videos from the night, uploading it straight away. But now he wants to go to work, he doesn't want his colleagues to see that. So he just deletes all the Twitter and Facebook stuff and just puts like his business card and his slide share, so he can choose what he wants other people to see and what to associate with his face. So then just save his face, his augmented cloud, and there we go. 9:30, Dan is in a meeting and giving this wowing presentation right there. And this woman here, she's totally in love with Dan, so she wants to find out more. So she holds up the phone, and it takes exactly 2.5 to 2.8 seconds until the system recognizes Dan and gives all the information that Dan wanted to give to set free, right? So that is really cool. So this is already possible with the technology now. It's just not, for whatever reasons, it's not really out there. And another thing I want to show you, when we talk about mood detection, this little fella here, this 29-year-old male, this is a software from the Fraunhofer Institute, getting my gender, my age, and whether I'm happy or not. And actually, I always love this when we can show something live here. So I have to close this. And so it's a free software that you can download. I always like it when you can, if companies, give free trials. So there's me here, and seeing like whether I'm happy or not. I'm female, okay. Now I'm male, female, 40 years old, okay, I'm 32, so, but it's plus minus, what does it say, plus minus 12, so it's still in the good range, so it can track me, it can see that I'm female, but, so I have to think about, I have short hair, why is that? Okay, anyways, now you're laughing, but now it's your time. So now we need a little bit of audience light maybe, and then all I have to do is hold up the system in here and stop moving, and there we go. Getting a lot of tracking. And here I usually just check the happiness bars, that people are happy, you guys as well. You see this is not something that needs a lot of, yeah, well, it works quite well, So you can see what cool things you can do. It's such an easy, simple software, to track clients, whether they're male, female, whether they're happy or not. Do they like coming into a store? Imagine that for a point of sale. Like you can check how your sales personnel is working, are people happy or not? You can even do that at your workplace. If you're like a CEO or a boss of a team, have it installed and have the system track how happy are people whether you are there or not. Like is everyone smiling when you leave the room, that kind of, all this kind of stuff. Or even at home with your family, check it with your family, maybe everyone is laughing all the time, and once you come home after work, everyone is like, sad. So cool things you can just check and find out, and this is a real cool software. I really like that. So go back to my presentation. But what I want to do with you today, I want to go through you in this journey through the trend universe, through the mega trends that shape our industry, and the mega trends that really make the people do what they are doing. And I'm gonna point out a few that we will go through. The first one we're gonna travel to is attention economy, and obviously since this is like a marketing congress, it's that's like the number one key that you need, get the attention for your brand and get the attention for what you're doing. And there are several ways of what you can do. And for instance, you can, like this one here, Renault, what they did, they asked like people to vote which car from the competition they're supposed to blow up. So basically you can blow up the car, the competition, that's the products, whatever there is, or you can have like all these advertising on houses. You can install interactive walls in subway station. You can also create, like, using your product, create huge QR codes, to then and go to the mobile websites, or you can create like flash mobs, that people film that you can use and spread virally as well. Or this one here, check into a billboard, to get like some dog food, check in by Foursquare and you reward your dog, or make advertising a piece of art. or obviously the house projections, you know, that always catch the attention. Or you can even write on house walls, you know, with like these huge laser pointers, or it can be like funny things like this in the mall, you know, just like to create a little bit of attention, to create awareness and just to be different. Or this one here, what they did in Barcelona was like the Angry Bird, you know, live, or instant graffiti, you know, with one boom, you know, just put your message or your picture on the wall. So there's so many things in attention that you can do, you know, to really create this this sphere. But many people have talked about this already, so attention, we're going to move on, we're going to be very quick, and from attention we're going to go to democracy, and democracy is basically the way where the user is now standing in front, where the user gets the power, where the user is also, you know, valuable. You know, now a Facebook user can be measured like how valuable, how much dollar is he worth, you know, how much pounds is he worth, how much, how strong is his influence, you know, how many people follow him, how many people react on his tweets. So there's a currency for users out there, you know, how they're worth, and that's what you have to fight for. And we're going to have a few cool examples here, microtrends, like here, Epic Mix from the USA. It's a ski boarding resort, and the cool thing is when you are skiing or snowboarding, the usual problem is that, you know, when you got your gloves and you want to take out your phone and then you want to take a picture and then you want to like tell your friends that you like it, maybe you want to check in somewhere, you know, it's really tough to do when you got your gloves and you're like in the, you know, with the big things that you're wearing all the clothes. So they did, okay, the idea is that they put an RFID chip into the pass, into the ski pass, and with all your social media information. So whenever you come to checkpoints, all you have to do is just swipe it over there, and it automatically puts in the check-in for you, or it automatically tells that you like it, the food and whatnot. And the coolest thing about the service they're adding on it, they're tracking every move you're doing, so you can really collect all the data. So we're going to see that here. So when you're then skiing, the system, the computer, they know where you are, what you're doing, what speed you're going down to, you know, like tracking the whole, getting all the information you do on the whole day, and then being able to share the whole information then out to all of your friends, and all this information in your ski pass. So very simple, you don't need to get out your mobile phone, it's just be done automatically. So that is a real cool innovation. Also Coca-Cola did this for the Coke Village, you know, where they gave everyone an RFID band, you know, to check in, to do automatic likes and everything. The same you can do with your face, but you see how easy it is. All you do is check in this way and then spread it over the world. So this is really cool. So whenever you have events, try thinking about, you know, putting on these little devices. It's pretty cool. And convenience. Another thing I want to show you is the Nokia gift machine. It's they put this up, you know, using like Foursquare as an advertising, similar as the one you saw in the attention video, you know, where you check into a billboard to get dog food. Now they adapted this trend, this micro trend, and they created the Nokia gift machine that we see here. So they just put up this machine, and you could find this machine on the Foursquare locations. And when you check in, you get your little presents. So that's the other thing, is, you know, that people really want to involve in your brand, they want to engage, but you have to give them a little reward. You know, there has to be something in return. So here all you have to do is just check into Foursquare, wait a few seconds, the system automatically detects that somebody checked in at this machine, and the system comes out and you get your little gift, and there we go, your little Butterfinger candy. So whatever you want to put in there, obviously, you know. So it's a really cool interactive way of involving people and sharing where they are, and they even do advertising for you just for a little candy bar. Another thing is when we, since you know, democracy, all this 2.0 world, you've probably seen already a lot about it and talked a lot about it. So we want to keep on moving to the next step. What's coming over is gamification. You also heard a lot of this, and the gamification, actually, I'm going to stop this one, because the coolest thing about gamification is that it makes things fun that are usually not. It's like sugar in bitter medicine, you know, it makes it sweet, it makes it doable. And there are a lot of innovations that go around it, you know, that make stupid things fun. Let's take this one for example, from the fun theory for Volkswagen. Recycling is horrible. People hate to recycle, they don't want to, but they kind of have to, you know, they have to recycle. And we're going to see what the idea they came up with is. So because this is obviously not fun, you know, they created bottle banks as an arcade game. right? So you could play while doing the recycling work, and suddenly it became fun, and people really enjoyed doing it. So we see here now how they're building it and put it up. And the Swedish people then suddenly had a totally different bottle bank beside the door, and all they had to do is put the bottle in where the light blinks, and then they get the points. So let's see how they play. So people were going crazy for this, this simple game. They were piling up. They had to refill the bottle bank on one day a couple of times. People were playing all day and all night. Sorry for the neighbors there, but they were even queuing up. People were going back home to get more bottles. People were like queuing up, like, hey, now I want a game, like until late at night. It's like, that's a cool case where you can make something totally boring in a really nice way. And this one is actually my favorite game on trend. Is Rexbox, actually from the UK. They do like mobile role play games, right? So games. And they said, okay, now we're going to set a totally different area here. We're going to do like games for like household, for errands that you have to run, stuff that you have to do. Those are your levels. So basically what you do is,
how easy it is to be drawn into virtual worlds.
Instead of just doing like washing the dishes, washing the car, doing this and that, and just doing it, you get a cool name. You're like Paul the Barbarian, or your wife is, for example, Oxyglob, and then you get like missions to do, like sponge of cleansing, like clean your car, do this and that. So once you do it, you get points as reward for it. Right? So it's not only that you wash the dishes, it's also you get a reward. You get 500 points. And then you go and you play this with your wife or your girlfriend, right, or your husband and boyfriend, and then you just come home from work and you just take your mobile phone and say like, okay, now she already got 500 points. Now what do I have to do to match it? So you go around and say, okay, wash the dishes, that's 300 points. Then go wash the car, gets like this and that amount of points. So you really get into the whole gamification, and suddenly it's fun to wash the dishes, and you get mad at your wife because she already did all the work. And then, because nothing left for you. And then the coolest thing, obviously, you can redeem it for like a massage or something like this. I mean, how awesome is that? You don't really need this kind of software for that. You can also just have a chalkboard, and just give for your daily task, give points, and battle your wife and your family, your kids, everyone. So that's really doing something bittersweet, adding the gamification on it. We're going to have this one. This is a brand new case from Lego. Maybe you've heard of it going around everywhere. It's Play with George. It's a new Lego game that you can buy, the little the stones that you get. So here you go, you get a mission, you have to start your app, and from there you have to fulfill also missions, like you get this little thing, and now you have to be really quick, build it yourself, and then obviously once you're done you put it on there, and then you take a picture to then show, yeah, you made it or not. It does a comparison of if you really made it, so you can kind of also battle yourself also using your mobile phone. This is a completely new way of gaming and of checking how things are going and moving forward, and whether you make a level or not. So also putting mobile game and reality together, to melt virtuality and reality and put it together. But Game On is a cool thing that you have to watch and always, do it. But what I'm going to do now, really quick, is the Outernet. What we've termed the mobile web. This is where everything gets together, comes together. Where the big difference between the Outernet and the Internet is that there are 4 elements that really distinguish, and that is people, places, time, and things that are out there. This little black box right here, my computer, has like no idea that it's in London. Has no clue. It's still the Central European time in there. Like my mobile phone, the minute that I check into here, that it gets reception, tells me where I am, it tells me the weather, where it is. So all the information coming together. This is something the computer can't do. And one prime case actually is when you're in Hamburg and you stand in front of this church, and then you don't know what is the name of this church. You have like no idea. You can be with your laptop and internet connection and type in church in Hamburg, and it's going to be really tough to find out. But using your mobile phone, your phone knows where you are. The phone knows where you're holding it at because of a compass, and the phone knows where everything else is because like all the information is on Wikipedia, the coordinates, the GPS coordinates. So all it does is puts it together, and then you can use it as a really cool service like this one. The last one who joined it was Nokia Live View from Finland after Wikitude, who originally started that. So you just hold it around, you see you're in San Francisco, it shows you this is the bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge, but then you're like on the Bay Area and you see all restaurants, everything that is around you according to its destination where it is. And then communication comes in at hand, because all you have to do is just click on a cafe where you actually want to meet somebody and choose it and send directly an SMS to some of your friends out of your phone book and basically tell, hey, let's meet there in 15 minutes. So the other person gets all the information. And so information and location get put together and be forwarded and getting put into a complete new context. And at this part, I'm really happy, to welcome now my colleague live from the Future Trend Lab in Hamburg. Please give a warm welcome to Nick Sohnemann. Where are you? Nick.
Thank you, guys.
Ooh. But good that your microphone is not working. That's the future. Probably you have to speak up, I think.
1, 2, 3, check.
No.
1, 2, 3, now.
No. You have to speak up. You have to be very, very loud.
Yeah. Wow.
Now we go.
Wake up, everyone.
Wake up,
we are in
wake
the
up.
future. This is a little hungry caterpillar, and it has a very, very valuable insight. It's a prototype. Honestly now, this is a cool thing. It's from the UK, actually, from a company called Light Blue Objects, and we acquired it for you, and we show you. This is the future of the outer net. Everywhere will be screens in the outer net, and it's a little projector, an interactive projector. We put it up here so you can see for yourself. And I need a volunteer. I need someone to help me. Can you help me? We need your help. Yes, on stage.
Yeah,
so
we are involving everyone.
We need the camera. So what it does, it creates an interactive screen like the iPhone. Hi, what's your name? Hi, Susanna. Nice to meet you. You will see now there's a little screen coming up. I want you to order a cocktail for us, so that we show that this could be great for restaurants in the future. And we haven't developed this, by the way. We just like it because we are trend researchers. And now we just wait for it to come up. And there's nothing. No cocktails. Okay.
Now we have to start it again. Did you?
Actually, yes. Okay, that's how this is prototyped. Do you have the video?
No.
Not the video.
We expected you to show it live to us.
Yeah. No. Yeah, exactly. It's you.
Do you start?
What did you do? Okay, it's a hungry caterpillar. Ate too much of it, so we have to move.
The hungry caterpillar.
So
that's the future.
That's the future for you. It ends here. There's nothing.
Can we just
so much for English manufacturing, engineering.
Oh, Nick.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Well, of course, obviously, you also get your book as a reward. Thanks a lot. So we will see. Maybe we will get this work later on. Okay.
Yes. So we move on to the next trend lab. This case.
Exactly. So we will get this running somehow. Don't worry. It will work. So the thing is, taking Junaio is also an augmented reality company, and they did like the Junaio 3.0 version, where you can scan also the real world. It does object picture recognition, and it gives you the information similar like you've probably seen with the presentation with Google goggles. Where you just take your mobile phone. It recognizes the image and then puts in the relevant information, like those are the pink water lilies or the water lilies by a Monet, for instance, a painter or whatever. All you have to do is similar as with Google and the presentation, that it does object recognition, hyperlinking. And the coolest thing about this is that with the technology, for instance, with this one, with Junaio or with Google goggles, that you put every object into a hyperlink. You don't need to think anymore. You have a product, you just simply take a picture of it and go directly to a link into further information. And yeah, so this is a real cool thing that is also different, because those are things that I cannot do with my computer, but I can do with my mobile phone. You know, just going and taking a direct hyperlink. So similar as Junaio does. And Nick, you're going to show us a little bit of
yeah, Junaio is a name of a browser. It's many different companies can use this. It's similar to what, of course, the internet browser used to be before. And of course, there's other companies. There is Blip AR in the UK. You probably have seen a video. But we want to show you a live case. So this is the iPad here, the app. All we do is we have saved some favorites, and now we go to our favorite thing, Lego. Yeah, and like all we need is a little Lego box. Here, this buggy thing, and we put it here, and then we wait for a second, and it will then show us some three-dimensional content. And we show you the live case. So all you need is an iPad 2. I mean, you can have it on an iPad 1 as well, but
or
the
on the iPhone.
Or on the iPhone, exactly.
Or Android.
So what you do is you just hold it over here, and then suddenly you see this little car, and you don't need to do anything. You just need the Junaio browser, which is freely available in any app store, and then you need the, of course, this package. But the great thing is you don't have any marker or anything. You just have the normal packaging, so it's no awkward QR code thing looking there that destroys the picture. And you can even change the perspective a little bit here. You can see it from the side too, and so on. And this is great for Lego. They've done this in the sites of stores, but now.
So Nick, that's pretty cool. But show us, you know, go like one step.
We talked about face recognition earlier, and we talked about augmented reality. So let's see how we can use this for shopping. A French company called Atoll, an optician, he thought, okay, why don't people order our glasses online, you know, in a store? So that's why he thought, okay, great, I do this, and here, we have to just start this thing.
Essayer. No.
And then we have to smile. Normally. It doesn't hurt.
Plus tard.
Who speaks French? Okay.
What does it say? We don't even know.
I just press red. And then I have to smile. It doesn't hurt. You press OK. And now I wear the collection Adriana Carambeu.
Adriana Carambeu.
Very nice.
You can also change the style. Let's do a little bit a nerdier look.
Yeah, a little bit nerdy here. Black frame. Oh, that's cool. Black frame glasses is very creative. All the advertising people wearing this.
Change the side. What about some
zebra look, maybe?
Some zebra look. Yeah, zebra.
Wow. Okay, now it's changed perspective. Collection Adriana Carambeu. Very cool, futuristic design here.
So you can get this software also down for free at the iTunes store, and obviously it shows you then when you're in France and you need an optician, it shows you exactly where it is, you know, where you can get it and where you can buy the stuff afterwards. So that would be the quick video. But another thing I want to show you is we're a little bit behind time, so actually we're not going to do this live. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Nick. So, but what I'm going to show you here is the Sifteo, like little small mini computers that are put together. You know that we will see them here. They're like that size. Actually, we can show it. I mean, we're not going to play the game, but you can already buy like a cheaper version of them. You know, for 25 euros.
If you want to play Scrabble, for example, it's 5 little boggles like this, and
you can play word games
next to each other, and then you can play and shift them around and play little games.
And those Sifteos, they're actually out for sale only in the US, unfortunately, since this month, since November, so you can purchase them. So small little mini computer that sends their motion, tilt, and all the information that you want. So you can perceive like what will happen in the future, you know, what kind of campaigns you can do with these little mini computers. Like an insurance is already working on that, you know, to show like how to build like certain packages that you put together and how this reacts, you know. And then another case I want to show you, I love this one. It's so cute. It's the iPhone book. When you take a book, actually, Nick, we have that here as well. If you take a book and your iPhone and you put them together, you just plug them in.
It's you're going to see here. And you just put your iPhone inside. You need an app that's freely available. You need to buy the book, of course. And then you can, it's a child's book. You're just sitting inside the train. And now you move on. And then they're sitting, looking outside the window, and they can play and hit the little trees, and something is coming out of the trees. And then they can sitting in an airplane. And now we're sitting inside an airplane, and then we can move the little clouds and so on. So that's very sweet. Right. A little.
So you can really merge
iPhone book.
print with the mobile app, for instance. You can do this for catalogs, for all kinds of other information. Just use a printed product as a set of scenes, and then use like an app or something, to like be creative and to do some cool stuff. So that'll be up to you to think of something really cool what to make out of there. Now this one is my totally favorite, or TrendONE's favorite trend is from Frankfurt. I'm from Frankfurt. It's my hometown, and we drink a lot of beer, and then we go to the bathroom a lot. So then you think like, what's happening? What is with media? Now you want your space without media, but media is ubiquitous, it's everywhere, and this trend shows it. So when you're drunk, sorry, you're not drunk, you had a lot of water, and you need to go to the bathroom, you see like a screen like piss to start, these are the things, and then you're like in a car racing game, going crazy, steering, totally focused, playing, and the coolest thing.
And the coolest thing is when I came in the toilet as well, it was multiplayer.
Yeah. So we were racing each other, in the bathroom. It was the first time ever that I saw a longer line on the men's bathroom than in the girls. People were drinking more, just like to go back to play, So this one puts in all, it's like internet, it's gamification, it's attention, everything is in there in this case. And now we're going to do something really freaky. We're going to have a little outlook on brainwave control. That's like the coolest SHIT on earth at the moment. And we're going to have this one here is how to drive with your brain, a question you always ask yourself, when you're driving around, for others. We're going to see the University of Berlin, what they did is they did Brain Driver, which means you just get a brainwave headset kind of on your head, and it can measure the patterns, that your brain does when you think in on a certain thing. So here we have a cool car, drive-by-wire with all this kind of technology, and this EEG sensor headset, measuring your brain activities. And now you have to teach the system how it works. You have to basically you have to steer right, left, and then the car transmits all the information. And so with this, I'm out of time.
But the cool thing is, Roman, from the Trend Lab, we brought this here. We have a prototype of this technology. So we can't drive a car, but we work together with Microsoft, a corporation. We can steer the PowerPoint. So it's a new prototype. Hasn't existed before. Yeah. And now it's your
computer is off.
Your computer is off. Now we can't show the prototype either. Are you joking?
I thought you guys cut it off. No, I didn't. But anyways, that is some cool stuff. That is awesome. I like these kind of presentations. Why did my computer turn off? That is the future. So generally, there are a lot of things happening out there. The future is awesome. Technology is great. We're going to do a huge leap into the future. Look around what's going on, what's happening. Get ideas from there, from anywhere. And with this, I want to thank you for your attention. Thank you very much. Thank you, Nick.